My name is Ethan Enzer. I am the Section Chief of United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, United States Department of Homeland Security, Hartford, Connecticut. I'd like to welcome all of you to a very special ceremony that we are holding here this morning in the atrium of the Hartford Public Library. And this is a ceremony that will bestow the nation's highest immigration benefit, that of citizenship, on 31 deserving applicants representing 16 countries, as I understand it, who reside all across the great state of Connecticut. This morning's ceremony will be, of course, incorporating a special session of the United States District Court of Connecticut, based here in Hartford, at which time our Honorable Magistrate Judge Smith will be presiding. A few housekeeping notes of interest for all of you, and that is, if you can possibly do so, please stay until the very end. We've got a wonderful array of distinguished guests, elected officials, speakers, as well as members of the community here in Greater Hartford to make this a memorable experience. So at this time, I would like to call on Mr. Matthew K. Poland, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the Hartford Public Library, for the opening remarks. Matthew?
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Matt Poland, and I serve with great honor as the Chief Executive Officer of Hartford Public Library. And it is my great pleasure to welcome you here today to this naturalization program where 31 people will become new citizens, new Americans from 16 countries. What does it mean to be an American? What does it mean to be a citizen and to be free? Some of the answers to those questions are contained in the poems we are distributing today as part of our ceremony. To student Malian Ali from Somalia, freedom means her father can safely go and buy her something to eat without being shot at by rebel soldiers. To Pabrita Basnet from Nepal, freedom is like water on the tongue of a thirsty man. To Leela Mishra, who like Pabrita is from Nepal and a student at Hartford Public High School Law and Government Academy, to be a free citizen means being able to go to school and to live without fear of punishment. If you read the poems we placed on your chairs today, you will understand, if you did not already, that the gift of an American citizen is precious indeed. Through our library program, The American Place, we validate and celebrate the experiences of new Americans, and to the already rich gift of life here, we add the joys of citizenship and education. Today reminds us that citizenship is a great privilege, and if you are in any doubt, please just read those poems. Thank you so much. I am so glad you're all here, and I am proud to share this moment with all of you. And now it is my great pleasure to introduce Connecticut's Lieutenant Governor, Nancy Wyman.
Thank you very, very much. I love this ceremony. I love coming here, and I thank you for inviting me every year. You know, as a granddaughter of an immigrant, I have always heard the stories of my grandfather coming over here and how his trip was so hard to come. His family, his dad and one of his brothers came to America first, and his mom and his other brothers and family stayed back in Austria. And he had to come, when he could come, he came on a ship, but not a very fancy ship, at least not where he was. He was down, way down in the bottom of the ship to get here, and it would take him 2 weeks to get here. So his mother packed him up a large loaf of bread, buttered it, put garlic on it, and sent it with him. But she told him, you better save some of that food, David, not eat it before in all at one time, because you need your strength to be able to climb up to the top of the ship. And my grandfather did just that. He waited and waited, and finally there was this last piece of bread left, and he ate it because he knew they were docking that day. Now remember, it was bread that was very hard by that time in 2 weeks, and butter and garlic. And so he was so happy about seeing his father. He finally got up the steps and got there and got off and went running to his father, where his father turned around and said, "Oh, you smell. The smell of the garlic." But he remembered how long that trip was and what it felt like to put his feet on land in America. You all have different stories about why you're here and how you got here. We thank you for being here. We thank you for wanting to be here. You make up our country. It is our country. And no matter what religion, the color of your skin, where you came from, that's what America's about. And that's what we were built on. And to have more people coming, and for you, the struggle of becoming a citizen and putting your mind to it has made this already a better state and a better country. And I want to thank you for being where you are. And I would hope, and I want to open an invitation. I don't know how many of you have been over to the state capitol, but it's not too far away. Come up to the state capitol. I happen to be the president of the Senate, and in the Senate we have a big chair in back of me that's called the wishing chair. So I would love you to come up and sit in the chair, make the wish. I'm sure it will come true. But thank you so much for coming here and being part of this. God bless you, and God bless this wonderful country.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. And now I'd like to introduce to you, with great privilege, the Secretary of State, Denise Merrill.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be with you all here today. And I love coming to these ceremonies. Lieutenant Governor and I are sort of the face of the state government, and that's why we think it's very important that you see us and that you can talk to us. And as she says, come visit the state capitol. It is a people's building, and that we feel very strongly about that here in Connecticut. It's no accident that the motto of the state of Connecticut is Qui transtulit sustenit. It's Latin, I think. And what it means is, he who transplants sustains. And that is our state motto because our ancestors, way back, this is in 1600, were all also immigrants from other countries. The country is founded on the notion that together we are stronger. It's a very important sense that we have in America about that. And like Nancy, my grandparents were from another country. They had absolutely nothing. They came here. I still have the 17 cents my grandmother had in her pocket when she arrived. And they built a very nice life for themselves in California, actually. They went to California. They started here on the East Coast, but there were no jobs. So then they went to the mines in Montana, where my father was born, because that's where the jobs were. Eventually, they started a small business in California, and like all the grandchildren, everyone worked in the shop. And that's how we built the business in my family, and it's still possible today. I think that does represent the promise of this country. You have to look no further than our very own president of the United States to see a man, son of a man from Kenya, to see the promise of America. So I would say that since you have now today are going to become an official citizen, the first job you have to do and think about is how to choose your leaders, because that really is what it means to be free in this country. And that is the way we have sustained our freedom. Because some of you may have experienced countries where you don't have that choice, that you have the leaders that are imposed on you. In this country, we get to choose. You will have that ability the minute you register to vote. And I hope that will be today. Because right here, there is a place to register to vote. People from my staff, including Joan Gibson, I see her up there, she's waving to you, are here to register you to vote today. It is the most important right that you will ever have in your life. So please exercise it. I love that you are becoming part of our country, and welcome to Connecticut. Thanks.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. I'd now like to introduce the mayor of our great city, Pedro Segarra.
Thank you, and today is a great day. And as I look out into the audience, I even see one of my staff members, the director of our Office of Cultural Affairs and Marketing, who is being also sworn in as a citizen today, Christina Newman-Scott. So congratulations. As mayor, and I'm under our system of government, I'm a strong mayor. I want to share a little secret with you. I don't cry at weddings, but I sometimes, most of the time, actually all of the time, there's a little tear at these events because they're very special and dear to me. I have been very vocal on my position on immigration for a very long time. I believe that comprehensive immigration that includes a path to citizenship is the right thing to do. I think it's the right economic decision for this country. As I said yesterday, this country was built on the blood, sweat, tears, and money of its immigrants. The U.S., as everyone here is aware of, today is a country of immigrants. That is part of our unique strength and beauty. But we also know that we need to work towards making our immigration system a fair one. Just a little family story. Similar to our Lieutenant Governor Nancy Wyman, even though I am from Puerto Rico and we have been part of the United States since 1898, in 1919 my family immigrated to New York after having already been declared citizens and still had to go through Ellis Island. So if you look under, my name is Pedro Segarra Romero, if you look under Americo Romero, he went in through Ellis Island still. And it wasn't until many years later that the Supreme Court started to sort out whether we as Puerto Ricans, as citizens, had the same rights as other American citizens. So we're still in that path to make sure that each person that wants to enter this country, each person that is in this country, as we did in the city of Hartford years ago, is afforded the same degree of dignity and respect as anyone else. Here in Hartford alone, we have a population of over 20 different countries, and perhaps maybe even more. They're families. We are a city of families. These are families who pay taxes, who have children in our schools, who contribute to the community, and like anyone else, deserve the same rights. It's time. It's time, and I am optimistic that we as a country will come together on this issue. Right now, the city of Hartford, along with its public library, is working on an initiative to create a committee on refugee and immigration affairs, something that I'm a full supporter of. The goals of this commission are to create a means for which refugees and immigrant voices are heard and understood, to facilitate civic engagement among the refugees and immigrants, and to recognize and legitimize issues that are important to new arrivals. I have high expectations of their work, and I'm looking forward to hearing about the progress. But for now, from the bottom of my heart, and perhaps maybe a tear or two, today, it's about you becoming citizens, and I want to congratulate you. I want to honor you. The state motto was heard. Our city motto is Post Nubila Phobos, which means after the clouds, the sun. May the sun shine upon you. May God bless you. And again, congratulations to each and every one of you. Felicidades.
Mr. Mayor, could I have you come back up just for a minute? This is probably a good.
You're going to hand me Kleenex.
No. This is a good opportunity to tell folks about the proclamation.
On behalf of the City of Hartford, the Office of the Mayor, and the Court of Common Council, which is our City Council, it's my privilege and honor to issue this proclamation today that reads as follows. Whereas libraries, library staff, and customers across America are celebrating National Library Week, April 14th to April 20th, 2013, and whereas the City of Hartford has recognized that Hartford's public library is a primary point of access for immigrants to information, online resources, and lifelong learning opportunities, and whereas the Hartford Public Library successfully supports immigrants with English language learning, achieving citizenship, and acclimating them to their new hometown, and enhances their relationships between long-term residents and new immigrants by serving as a gathering place for all. Whereas Hartford Public Library welcomes immigrants to embrace our civic values and participate fully in our democracy while celebrating their own language. Whereas we celebrate the accomplishments of those immigrants who have today become United States citizens, and we welcome them as valued members of the Greater Hartford community, now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Pedro E. Segarra Romero, Mayor of the City of Hartford, along with the Court of Common Council and the residents of Hartford, do hereby proclaim this day, Thursday, the 11th of April, 2013, as welcome to New Citizens Day in the City of Hartford. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for that proclamation. And I now want to reintroduce Mr. Ethan Enzer, who will begin the process of the naturalization ceremony. Ethan.
Thank you, Matthew. In a few short moments, we will be convening the special session of the United States District Court of Connecticut. Before that happens, of course, we will be presenting our nation's colors and to have a rendition of our national anthem, which is going to be sung by the Hartford Public Schools Martin Luther King Elementary School Choir, led by Lisa Clayton. Captain?
To assist with the opening ceremonies are members of the First Company Governor's Foot Guard. At this time, will you all please rise for the presentation of our nation's colors. The First Company Governor's Foot Guard was formed in 1771 to escort and protect the governor, as well as other members of the General Assembly. Over the years, our charge has become more ceremonial in nature, but the men and women remain committed to our tradition. The First Company Governor's Foot Guard is the oldest continuously serving military unit, with over 242 years of service to our nation and the great state of Connecticut.
Thank you, First Company Governor's Foot Guard. Please be seated, if you would, for a moment. At this time, we are going to commence the special session of the United States District Court, and it is my duty and my pleasure to introduce to you Deputy Clerk of Court, Ms. Barbara Sudbury, who will open this session. Ms. Sudbury?
All rise. The Honorable United States District Court for the District of Connecticut is now open for a special ceremonial ceremony.
Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I can't tell you how happy I am to be able to be here this morning and participate in this great event, in this great achievement of yours. You should be so proud, and I share my pride. Now, this is a special session. It's a ceremonial session. And because it's a ceremonial session, it means that you're free to take photographs. Normally, no photographs can be taken in a proceeding of a federal court. But we make an exception for proceedings like this because they're so special. So you feel free to take photographs at any time. And remember, at the conclusion of these proceedings, Officer Camille Fisher and I will be handing out the citizenship certificates, and make sure you get a good photograph of it because it's something you'll want to treasure. You can get several photographs. You can get up-close photographs. Don't worry about my not being able to see because of the flash bulbs. You know, I forgot my trifocals this morning, so I can see about a third of you. And I can't read anything that's in front of me. So if I'm rambling or incoherent, just chalk it up to that's the way I am. I think I'm going to be making some remarks later on, but right now I think it's appropriate for me to call upon Officer Fisher to make any remarks she chooses to make, and to make any motions which she chooses to make. So with that, I'll clear the way. Officer?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Officer Camille Fisher. I'm a designated examiner within the United States Citizenship and Immigration underneath the Department of Homeland Security. Your Honor, there are a total of 31 individuals present today who have been approved for United States citizenship. 6 of these individuals have requested name changes. We ask that you, as a representative of the court, grant the name changes and to administer the oath of allegiance to our new citizens.
Thank you. Another thing, my memory is not as sharp as it used to be. How many name change applications, Officer?
We have 6 name changes.
6, okay. The motion for changes of names, the 6 motions for changes of names are hereby granted, and as a matter of law, you have your new names as of this moment. And the motion to administer the citizenship oath is also granted. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the way we're going to do it. Those of you who are becoming citizens will rise and raise your right hand. You will listen very, very carefully as Clerk Sudbury reads the words of the oath. And when she's finished, you will signify your consent and your agreement to abide by the oath by saying, I do, like when you get married, I do or I will, whichever you prefer, but signify your assent as soon as the clerk has finished administering the oath. Ms. Sudbury?
Those being naturalized, please stand. Raise your right hand. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have hereto been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States of America when required by law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen, and let me be the first to congratulate you. You are now almost full-fledged citizens of the United States of America, the greatest country on the face of this earth. You have to do a couple more things, though. First, you have to bear with me as I make some comments to you. And then second, you have to receive your certificate and return to your seat once you receive your certificate, because there are a couple of things we have to do after that. And then, you know, we're almost done. Madam Lieutenant Governor, Madam Secretary of State, my friend Mayor Segarra, thank you for inviting me to be here today. Thank you for letting me participate in this. Mr. Enzer, I thank you. Officer Fisher, thank you. Now that you're citizens, you are eligible to exercise one of the most precious rights that a person can exercise, and that's the right to vote. You know that not all countries extend the right to vote to their subjects or their citizens. But we do here in the United States. And the first thing you have to do is you have to register to vote. And normally we have representatives from the Secretary of State's office here. Normally we have representatives from the League of Women's Voters here to help you to sign up. Here's why it's important. Each time you vote in an election, you are being heard. Each time you vote, you're doing your part to make sure that this country of ours remains truly dedicated to the ideals of liberty, equality, and justice for all people. And so I ask you, will you please register to vote? If you want to register with a political party, you're certainly free to do that. If you want to register as an unaffiliated voter, you're free to do that as well. But when election time comes around, make the effort to get out there, no matter what the weather is like, and vote for these people who serve us and serve us so well. Hartford is a wonderful city. And, you know, in our economy, we've had our upturns and our downturns, but things are getting better, and we're always going to come out on top. So, I think that about concludes my remarks. I share in your great pride on becoming U.S. citizens, and I ask that we all give you a round of applause for that. I would now like to call upon Mr. Eduardo Hanau to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States. Oh, okay. Thank you. You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to ask a small group of recently naturalized citizens to join me in front of the blue flags over here, the Connecticut flag, and a group of student citizenship mentors to also join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. And then when I move over there, I'm going to ask all of us to please face the flag of the United States, place our right hand over our hearts, and we will recite the pledge.
Thank you, Dr. Hanau. At this time, I wish to introduce our keynote speaker for this morning's ceremony, Mr. Walter Dean Myers, who is the author of We Are America, A Tribute from the Heart. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, I jumped the gun a little bit. First, we have Stuart Parnes, Executive Director of Connecticut Humanities.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You all who just took your citizenship are extraordinary Americans. I'm an ordinary American. Most of us, hundreds of millions of us, who were born in the United States or in Puerto Rico, all we had to do to become citizens was to take our first breath and cry. You've actually made the choice, you've made the decision, you've worked hard. So remember that you are extraordinary Americans, and we're delighted to have you with us. I'm speaking today as the head of the Connecticut Center for the Book. This is a national initiative launched by the Library of Congress in Washington. And its goal is to make sure that we all, young and old, love and follow and cherish books, reading, writing. Important for all of us. For the last decade, the Center for the Book in Connecticut was housed right here at the Hartford Public Library. They did an extraordinary job, but Matt and his staff have a few other things that they do, like today's ceremony, and they offered to pass the torch of the Center for the Book to us at Connecticut Humanities. And we're delighted to do that. Our goals are the same. We're here to instill a love of books and reading from early age, birth or before, right through the course of our lives, and to do whatever we can to make sure that reading lights up our lives. My pleasure this morning is to bring to you an extraordinary gentleman. Walter Dean Myers is not just an author of scores of prize-winning books, but he's also, as you will see when he stands up and shows you his medal, he's also the ambassador to young people from the Library of Congress. And for the last few years, he has traveled around this country trying to preach the gospel of books and reading and literacy and the importance of it to our children. Sometimes these children are in school, sometimes these children are in prison. Walter has devoted his life to this. He came today from Newark, New Jersey. It was easy to get him here because all we had to do was take all the books he'd written, lay them end to end, and he could just follow the path right here to Hartford. So we're delighted to have him. Those of you who are new citizens have received a copy of his book.
It was a very, very poor family in West Virginia. My mom died when I was an infant. I have no recollection of what she looked like. I have no recollection of what West Virginia looked like. And I was raised in a foster family. Sad story. Say yes. Sad story. But I was born in America. And at 7, I discovered reading. And at 8, I discovered my first public library. And there I could take books out for free. Books and reading were available to me. And I devoured those books. I devoured the books, and I studied the books, and I loved the stories, and eventually I began to write my own stories. I began to write my own stories and my own books, and to take advantage of one of the many opportunities this country has to offer. And for me, it was a transforming concept. It was a transforming idea, because I have made my entire life around words and around reading and around books. I have 2 sons. One son writes books. The other one is a minister. We have been using the word in all of its aspects for all of my 75 years of living here. On the way to Hartford this morning, I worked on a book. When I leave Hartford and go back to New Jersey, I will be working on a book. Is this a wonderful country or what? Thank you for having me.
Good thing I checked in with the boss. We have just a couple additional speakers who wish to offer congratulatory remarks. At this time, I wish to introduce to you the Superintendent of the Hartford Public School System, Dr. Christina Kishimoto. Dr. Kishimoto.
Good morning. This is such an exciting event. I've already kind of welled up with tears a couple of times. I'm just thrilled to be here with you to celebrate this morning. You know, with each naturalization ceremony, we continue to expand upon the great history of this country. The United States is a young country, but the beauty and power of this nation comes from the diverse stories of its people. Each of you are adding your stories to the history of this country today, and the stories of your families, and to the history of this great nation. And so while you're joining the United States as citizens, what makes that so beautiful is that you carry with that your story and your unique family history. As the superintendent of the State Capitals District, the Hartford Public Schools, it's a great honor for me to join with you in your celebration. The Hartford Public Schools is the most diverse district in this state, with 78 language groups in our district amongst our 23,000 students. 18% of our student population is learning English, and that makes us such a beautiful district. We have multi-generational students from Puerto Rico and Brazil, just as we have new arrivals from Burma, Iraq, Thailand, Somalia, and countries all over this world. We are a district that represents the family of the United States. The great thing about the United States is that everyone, regardless of age, has access to education to improve the choices that you and your family have to participate in this great society. We have local universities with students who are 18 years old, as well as students who are 80 and 90 years old. I grew up in the community of the South Bronx to migrant parents from Puerto Rico who had not completed their own high school or even middle school education. They taught me the values of faith, family, and respect. and they pushed us all through school. And as I entered college, my mother also entered college as she pursued first her GED to go to college with my brother and I. But that's my story and what I bring to my leadership here as the superintendent of schools. I am so excited about your story and what you bring to your communities as you introduce your family as citizens of the United States. And I congratulate you and celebrate with you. Thank you.
At this time, I wish to call upon Ms. Lori Brooks, Associate Deputy Director for Library Services Institute of Museum and Library Sciences. Ms. Brooks.
Good morning, everyone. It is a great honor to be here with all of you who have just become citizens of the United States of America. I know that you have all worked very hard to reach this achievement. I extend my deep felt congratulations on behalf of all of us at the Institute of Museum and Library Services. I also applaud the Hartford Public Library, and certainly the City of Hartford, as a national leader in their innovative support for citizenship services. Libraries provide key support to residents new to their communities by connecting them to the programs and services that will help them adjust and thrive. Our communities grow stronger and our lives become enriched as we share our cultural backgrounds. The Hartford Public Library has drawn support from my agency, the Connecticut State Library, and the Department of Homeland Security's Office of Citizenship and Immigration Services as a result of their vision and growing success. I offer my appreciation and admiration to Matt Poland and his great team. Again, thank you all for this wonderful opportunity to share in your very special day. Thanks.
I want to echo the remarks just offered you by our honorary guests, Ms. Christina Kishimoto and Ms. Lori Brooks. Our agency, United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, is proud to partner with entities and agencies such as this, most specifically here at the Hartford Public Library, for extending the outreach in its broadest scope to new immigrants and their families, to assist them in integrating fully into American society, and in many, many instances to actually enable them through adult education and literacy services so that they can come in and ace our tests. So with that, I'd like to give a special quiet shout out to Matt Poland and his work team here, and Ms. Homa Nafisi as the American Place Director, of fostering a great collaborative relationship between our agency, the state of Connecticut and its education department, and again, all the new citizens who are the embodiment of this success. We're shortly coming towards the end of our program, but there are a few housekeeping notes to offer up. As mentioned before, our United States Citizenship and Immigration Services officer, Ms. Fisher, will shortly be calling out the names of our new citizens to come and receive your certificates of citizenship from our judge and also from our guests who will congratulate you. Please feel free to take photographs. This is a special moment and a great occasion. After that happens, Mr. Poland will again come to the stage and will give you his closing remarks. And he'll let you know what special treats lie in store for all of us who have borne through today's event. I'd like to thank our sponsors, the Hartford Public Library, the City of Hartford, United States District Court, for making this day so memorable. And once again, on behalf of USCIS, congratulations to all of you. Ms. Fisher?
Okay, you ready? I'm going to read your name and your former country of nationality. Please come up and receive your certificate.
Congratulations once again to all the new citizens. And now, once again, the moment you've been waiting for, if you like great music. I wish to call upon the Hartford Public High School Show Choir in their performance of Amazing Grace. Thank you, Hartford High School Show Choir. I'm about to make my last introduction. Wish to call back to the podium Mr. Matt Poland, Chief Executive Officer, Hartford Library, who's got some closing remarks. Mr. Poland.
Again, congratulations to all of you new Americans. We're very proud to be with you here today. I hope that you enjoyed our program, and I hope you will join me in congratulating these new citizens of the United States as the program ends. What happened here today is a piece of an important story, a story that in this country made from many nations we all share. What will happen now is, as we close the court session in a moment or two, the Boy Scout Troop 1443 will lead you to the American Place, which is the library's center for immigration and citizenship, for a welcoming reception where we will hear one of today's newest citizens, Eduardo Roja, here greet us with Mexican mariachi music. There is voter registration, and U.S. passport applications are available here at the library and will be accepted today from our newest citizens, and we encourage you to do both today. We invite you to stay and take part in the exciting 1 o'clock discussion with our acclaimed guest, New York Times bestselling author, Walter Dean Myers. So now we are going to call upon the clerk of the court to close this special session of the U.S. District Court.
All rise. The Honorable United States Special Assessment Ceremony is now in recess.
And now we're going to have Boy Scout Troop 1443 lead the way to the American Place. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Done already. We did it. Yep. Just follow the Boy Scouts.
This is for every citizen.
It's okay. It's okay.
I didn't know that we had this.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. We're going to give it to them. We're just going to call. We're going to find.
You're going to right. You're going to see them.
We're going to do it at the American Place.
Yeah.
So we just have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations. You're recent citizen. Oh, you're part of the group. Right. Right.
You'll see who we can find. Yeah.
To see you today. Tell me your name and where you're from.
I'm from Nepal. My name is Mukul Vyas. I live in Cromwell, Connecticut right now. I recently graduated from Central Connecticut State University, and I own my own business at the Merrill Mall, and I've been doing it for about almost 5 years.
Now tell me, what brought you to Connecticut? Can you tell us a little bit of your story?
I initially came to Connecticut, but I moved to Los Angeles for my education. I studied there for about 3 years, and I moved back to Connecticut because my mother was here. So
Mamas always do that.
absolutely. So I moved back to Connecticut, and I continued my education, and I graduated in 2009, and I've been here since. Since 2004, I've been in Connecticut.
Might you have a message for other immigrants who are thinking of becoming citizens? What does it mean to you?
Obviously, it's a very big achievement, and it's a big relief. Obviously, it's a tough process, but you'll get there.
So try. They got to try and do it.
Absolutely. So,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
My name is Costanza Kaino. I'm from Albania.
Okay, and you became a citizen, right? Right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is it important to you?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Everybody. needs to be citizens.
Everybody.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Can you tell me your name and where you're from?
My name is Eduardo Rocha, and I come from Mexico.
And can you tell us, why did you decide to come to Connecticut?
Oh, well, I met my wife in Israel many years ago, and she was from Wethersfield, Connecticut. So we came and we settled down here.
Do you have a message for other immigrants who are thinking about becoming citizens? Is it important?
Yes. I recommend strongly to all the citizens who want to become citizens to learn English, first of all. To learn English and to integrate to U.S. culture too, you know. Of course, we are not asking to forget their past, but they need to learn English because that gives you enough skills to communicate and to go up through the society. That's very important.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your beautiful music today. We're going to listen for a minute.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, can you tell me your name and where you're from?
My name is Peter Karanja, and I'm from Kenya.
And when were you naturalized today or in the past?
Last year.
In June last year. Do you have a message to give to other immigrants that are wondering, is this very important to do?
This is very important to do because it gives you the freedom, it gives you many accessibility of achieving many things, and you feel proud because you can do a lot of things and you can achieve a lot of things after you are already a citizen.
So your recommendation is 100% go for it.
100%. You go for it.
Good.
You never regret.
You never regret it?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Congratulations. Okay. Si usted me hace el favor de contar un poco sobre su hija y su viaje aquí a los Estados Unidos. Y su nombre.
Mi nombre es Arturo Pérez. My from es Dominican Republic. En español. Mi hija y mi esposa llegó a Estados Unidos en el 2002 y ya en el mismo 2002 vinieron mis hijos, que son 3, Catherine, Pamela y Ricardo Arturo Pérez.
Entonces es Pamela que está hoy. Catherine, perdona, Catherine. ¿Catherine es la primera?
Esa es la primera, sí. Catherine es mi primera hija. Y la segunda es Pamela y el tercero es Ricardo. Yo estoy muy agradecido de los Estados Unidos porque mis hijos han podido lograr lo que quizás en mi país no lo podían lograr. Aquí lo han logrado en tan poco tiempo. Mi esposa trabaja. Mi trabajo, yo no tengo un trabajo, tengo un part-time nada más de sábado y domingo, que quisiera encontrar algo más, pero más adelante quizá aparezca. Pero estoy muy agradecido porque hemos avanzado. En el poco tiempo que tenemos en este país, hemos podido avanzar. Hemos tenido muchas oportunidades, muchas oportunidades que en mi país sería un poco difícil poder tenerla.
Pero usted va a ser ciudadano.
Ciudadano, claro, eso es el deseo mío.
Es muy importante.
Muy importante.
Un mensaje a su gente.
A mi gente, yo le invito a mi conciudadano y a la gente que vive en mi país que busquen la forma de llegar a este país, pero legalmente, que no se monten en una yola, que vengan legalmente, que vayan al consulado americano y soliciten una visa que se la pueden dar, soliciten una ciudadanía o soliciten una estadía en Estados Unidos, pero legal, no ilegal.
Muchísimas gracias. Ella está todavía ocupada. Entonces vamos a regresar donde ella después. Gracias, gracias.
I am Romel Espinosa. I'm from Norwalk.
And what country did you come from?
From the Philippines.
And how many years have you been here?
Almost 10 years.
So congratulations. This is a very important day for you, no? Do you have a message to give other Filipinos who are thinking of becoming citizens?
To those who wish to become U.S. citizens, do it as early as you can.
Not to wait too long.
Yeah, that's correct.
And who else is here with us?
That's my son.
Okay, and he's naturalized today?
Yes.
Good. What's his name?
Rudolph Ian.
Hi, Rudolph. How are you? And what does today mean to you?
Oh, it's a very happy day for me.
Tell a little of your story. When did you come and how did you decide to come to Norwalk? Your family was there?
Actually, my mother started here, and then she petitioned us. And then the rest of us came.
And are you in school?
No, I already graduated.
Fantastic. What are you doing now?
I'm currently employed at Macy's.
Very good. And I hope that you have a very good future. Other young people, they should become citizens, no?
Yes, they need to be.
Good. I hope that you have great luck in your life. Thank you. Okay, hello, how are you? I'm Nancy. Could you give us your name and where you are from?
I'm Artur Dzizuski. I'm from Poland.
Okay. Can you tell us a little of your story, Arthur, about how you came to Connecticut and how your experience has been?
My mom is a citizenship in the United States. That's why I'm over here, and I very, very love to be here in the United States. I like this country. I like to be free. It's not like in the Poland. It's not like in my country. That's why I'm over here.
Do you have a message to give to other Polish people that may be thinking, oh, it's important to be a citizen? Yes or no?
Oh, I think so. It's very, very important to be citizen. You can vote. You can enjoy the political party. You can be full member of the country.
Okay, we wish you congratulations and much luck in your future. Good luck and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Catherine. Catherine Perez. I'm from the Dominican Republic and I've been here for more than 10 years.
Wow. Tell us a little bit about the decision to become a citizen, and do you think it's important to do that?
I made a decision to become a citizen because when I was in school, I had an experience with somebody who thought that everybody who wasn't a citizen was illegal. And so I decided to show that person that even though you're not a citizen, you have the option of becoming a citizen, and anybody could do it. So I decided to show that person that it's possible.
And are you the first person in your family to become a citizen?
I am. Yeah, I am.
And what's your message to your father and the rest of your family?
My message is that they should go for it. They should study the questions, learn about the history, learn the language, and they should become part of something that's bigger, become a part of something that's made out of people like me, and be open to all the opportunities that the country has.
I wish you very much. I think you have a very bright future.
Thank you very much.
See? And today we're celebrating citizenship. Did you become a citizen? Can you tell us your name and where you're from?
Adele Carlson from Busan, South Korea.
Well, congratulations. Is this a big day for you?
Yes, it is.
What does it mean to you?
It means I don't have to worry about a lot of things anymore, so trying to get this out of the way. It took me a while to do it, but it's all said and done.
Do you have a message for others who are thinking about it?
Get it done. The sooner you do it, better than it you'll be.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
My name is Dhruti Patel. I am from India. Right now I am living at Brantford.
What does today mean to you?
Today is very special day for me. Today I become a U.S. citizen. I'm getting the right of the vote, so I'm so happy, and today is very special day for me.
Congratulations. I'm sure that your family is very proud of you. Do you have a message for other people from your country who are not sure if they want to become citizens? What do you think? Is it a good idea?
Yes, this is a very good idea. Whoever from my country, if they are not become a U.S. citizen, please apply for the U.S. citizen. It is very great opportunity.
When did you arrive here?
I arrived over here on 2008.
So you've been able to do this. You got the 5 years, and you became immediately citizen. That's very good.
Yes.
I congratulate you, and good luck.
Thank you.
Tell us your name and where you are from.
My name is Sarah Driscoll. I'm from West Hartford, Connecticut.
And what made you decide to come to the Hartford Public Library and volunteer?
I love the programs that you have going on here. I'm always interested in multicultural settings and meeting people from different cultures. And this is actually my first naturalization ceremony that I was able to see. It was great. I was overly emotional, but I'm really happy I was able to be a part of it.
We want to say that we appreciate so much that you're volunteering. How did you find the conversation group?
Oh, it's excellent. We just began, and it's really something I'm really excited about. The people are so interesting, and it's nice sharing our own stories and kind of helping them improve their English.
Well, we can't thank you enough. And have a great day, and we'll see you next Thursday.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hello, I'm Nancy, and this is Pomona. We'd just like a few words from you today about I guess you have a unique situation that your son today was naturalized.
He was. It took 28 years to get here, but he's here. He's naturalized now. He's a citizen. He was adopted when he was 19 months old, so we thought it would be a slam dunk, but it didn't turn out that way.
And so today represents many years of your working towards this. Can you share a little bit of that?
It's like a bucket list thing. I've got to get this done. I'm getting old, so I have to get this done. He came here totally legally with the children to have heart surgery. Then he ended up staying much longer because he got an infection, had to have another surgery, on and on. And then I took him back to South Korea to his parents, and they asked us to adopt him. So I brought him back. I was 42. My husband was 45. We had 3 grown sons, and we adopted him. And then somehow, immigration, and he got screwed up, and we were supposed to wait 2 years, blah, blah, blah. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but the guy I had contacted left. And then I didn't know what to do. And so I always trying to find a birth certificate for him, because that's the first thing you need. Okay, I didn't know how to do that either. 15 years later, I found out it was in the Hall of Records in Hartford. I paid $15 each for 5 of them. And then we started trying to get him legal and naturalized. And we got a lawyer involved and everything. And immigration decided to punish him because he was illegal, to make him wait. He had to wait 10 years before he could be a citizen. And I said, come on, he's a baby. None of it was his fault. If it was anybody's, it was mine.
But you know what?
So
now the story ends 28 years later.
That's right.
Bless you all, and good luck.
28 years. Thank you.